Welcome back, folks. Let's play Hardcore Minecraft Take 3. We left the Avatar. We began working on the library, which will eventually contain the enchanting table. But first, I'm going to do one thing that somebody suggested that I do concerning the stairs. I'm going to replace these exceptionally sharp and dangerous-looking blocks with stairways. And thus, I will make the stairs look a little bit more natural, and I will reduce the chance that the Avatar is going to bump his head and hurt himself. This expended the final bits of use out of that pickaxe, but that's alright. Now, the crafting room is here, and that is important once we get all of the stone here that we'll need. And we will need a fair bit of stone. We may even need to get some more smelted, but not right now. We want a few bits of stone bricks. There, about 10. Actually, we'll just make all of these, and I think we will actually smelt a few more bits of stone. About 32 should be sufficient. We'll go to the ores, we'll get 4 of these, and we'll get started with making more in here. There we go. Now, let's get started with making these look a little bit better. Like so. There we go. That one is not the right way. Need to aim very specifically up to the ceiling, but that is a lot better. And we'll do the same right here. And maybe I'll want to do the same with this bit, but for the moment I will leave that be. And I will instead go upstairs to this one here, but I will do that too, and I will go here to this one. This one's going to be a little bit more tricky, but if I do this, get rid of this, and then do that, that should work. Marvellous. Now we just need to wait for the bits of stone to finish smelting, and you know what I can do while I'm waiting for that? That's right, back to the fishing. We do want to get a saddle so that I can go do the next major thing, which is explore the surrounding area. I've only really had a look at that bit of mountain there, that bit of mountain there, and a little bit around this bit of land. I need to do a lot more searching for cool things. If there are any cool things, there may not be any cool things whatsoever. There probably won't be. But hey, it's nice to get a lay of the land either way, and also I want to gather a little bit more of this. We are going to need a lot of this before we are done with our library. We're going to need a lot. And while I'm at it, I should periodically check the farm there and keep an eye on the cows. I think the cows have actually grown up, which means that we should go and try and get more leather. But first, a bit more fishing. And we do need to keep an eye on the time, so that we don't stay out too late. The monsters come out at night, and it's dangerous to be around them. Fishing is just so serene and peaceful. I do love doing it. I do miss having a fishing rod that allows me to fish a lot faster. This one does not have a lure enchantment on it. That's the one that dramatically increases the speed. Luck of the Sea is actually more useful for finding goodies like the saddle I'm seeking, but lure would be a great start. Who knows, maybe the next thing I fish up will be another rod. It was a fish. To be fair, considering I'm fishing, that's not too surprising. You can see all the little bits of water splashing up. Those are there to distract you from the actual prize, which is the winding and snaking stream of bubbles that signifies you're about to catch something. Although I should really be able to see all the stuff that's in the water just by looking here, because it is very shallow. But then again, all those things travel over here, and when it's a fish it makes sense. When it's a pair of boots it makes a lot less sense, but the mechanic is sound. It's much better than the mechanic they used to have, which was just the lure bobbing up and down in the water a lot more vigorously to signify that something was there. You couldn't really fish up too many awesome things back then, though. It was mostly fish, and a few random odds and ends. Marvellous. Let's now go and deal with the cows while I'm thinking about it. And I'm going the wrong way. Silly me, and I also should probably move these at some point, but not right now. Let's get some wheat. Put that there, like so. In fact, we'll just harvest all of it. Why not? There we go. And I think that's the last one that can be harvested. Open this up. Feed all of this into here. Get another piece of bone meal. Marvellous. Put that into there. And we shall get some more cows. Hello! I shall be using you as my trusty steed soon. You are indifferent to this. I thought you would be. Hello! I have more of this for you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Experience and experience. Now, have at thee! I got no leather there. Have at thee? Aha! Got leather there, though. 2 pieces. Marvellous. And a bit of raw beef. Not going to say no to the raw beef. They all go into here. We now have 4 pieces of leather, which is actually enough for a bookshelf. But for now, I'm just going to hold on to them. And we might as well make a loaf of bread with this wheat. And we might as well make loaves of bread with all this too. We're going to need them if we're going to go out on an explorative adventure after all. There we go. When it gets dark, I will go and check up on all of the stone that I'm smelting. We've still got more fishing that we can do while it is light. Another fish? That doesn't surprise me. I really should make a barrel for here. Now, barrels are much like chests in the sense that they can store things. They can only ever be the equivalent size of a one-size chest, but they don't have some of the limitations of treasure chests. And they can be placed on their side or in various other places, and they will still function. A barrel right here would be really good for just storing fish so that I don't need to go over to a treasure chest to put them away. I hope I put them in that one. I probably did put them in that one. It's either that one or one of the ones in the downstairs storage area. They can't have gone far after all. They were in my inventory, unless I threw them away and they flew into the sun. That could have happened. It's very unlikely, granted. We do have another iron sword. I will want to make another one if I decide to go out exploring. You don't want to run out of weapons. There is a pufferfish, and it is starting to get dark. I will fish up once more, and then we will pop back inside. Everything else, equipment-wise, is pretty good. The bow is in exceptionally good condition, but we don't have... Oh, careful. We don't have any ammunition for it. We are not keeping the fish here, which tells me that we are keeping the fish downstairs. And we go left for the storage room. Miscellaneous blocks, magic stuff, miscellaneous loot. That is not where we're keeping the fish. Where are we keeping the fish? Not in the ores section. Magic stuff, storage devices and other things. No. Food! Ah, we're keeping it in the food chest. That makes a lot of sense. Also, we might as well take these piles of wheat so that we can make even more bread. And there are our stone bricks. Right here. Which we can now use to finish off this. There we go. Got to make sure that we make this correct. These are bits of cobblestone. And this is also going to be a piece of cobblestone. I say that they are. They're actually bits of stone, but when you mine them, they're cobblestone. Unless I had a silk touch pickaxe, which at some point I may have, there are advantages to having one, then it will be different. That is fine, and this is absolutely fine. But I want to change something here. I actually want to make this a little bit better. Like so. And then I'll get a few more, there we go, like that. Then I'll get a few more of the stone brick stairs. Actually, I already have enough stone brick stairs. Silly me. There we go, and there we go, and there we go. That one, I think, is upside down. Yes, it is. Now it isn't. That looks much better. There we go, and we need one more? No, we don't need one more. We are done. Time to rest, Avatar. That is where a bookshelf is going to go, by the way. Once we have one spare, I'm saving all of the leather for now for the bookshelves for the library. And storage room for the stone, because we don't need that anymore. All this. That is a dirt block, so that goes there. And while I'm thinking about it, 2 of these and 1 stick for an extra sword. There we go. And while I'm thinking about it as well, we need some wood so that we can fix up the shield, because the shield isn't looking too great right now. The shield is going to be very important just in case we run across trouble, and that could happen. We need another piece of wood to fully fix it. 3 experience levels, that's absolutely fine. That is a paltry amount considering how much experience we have, and the fact that we're not using it right now. So, the shield is fully fixed. Now let us go back to fishing to see if we can get that all-important saddle. Chances are not high that we will get on the treasure table to begin with, and then when we get on the treasure table, it's just one of a number of things that we can get. You know, I'm thinking about something else that I should probably do. And that is a good idea, me. I should get the shears, and I should get to work on making a banner. Now we need some wood for this. Let's see, 2 wooden planks should be sufficient to get the sticks required. And then we will get some red wool. I do have a, do I actually have a red sheep? Yes, I do. I did make a red sheep. Hello, don't mind me. I want this. And I got 1 piece of wool. We could get more by getting some white wool and dyeing it. But I'm patient. We have loads of time to make this banner. We have as long as it takes for me to get a saddle, and that could be quite a while. Although the saddles do definitely pile up once you have a fully enchanted fishing rod. You end up with a double chest full of them, and then you get even more and you start throwing them away, because saddles really aren't something you need to accumulate a lot of, and yet they just keep piling up. It's a nice day, not too many clouds, and definitely no monsters. Monsters don't spawn within a certain radius of you, but you always have to be careful. 1 creeper could spell disaster. I don't see any monsters over there. At some point I might want to go over there and see if I can find any slimes. More fish. If anything, it gives us experience, and the fish we could always cook to make some food. We don't need to right now because we have plenty of bread, but the option's always there. Also, mental note me, when I go exploring, bring a spare bed, because I don't want to be caught out in the wilderness with loads of monsters around me. I will just place the bed down on the ground and rest. The compass will always point to my spawn, after all. Still no saddle. The game is not being generous in this regard. To be fair, the game was exceptionally generous in giving me an Unbreaking 3 mending fishing rod, so I can't really complain. I definitely can't complain. But I would like that saddle. Well, there's a bowl. It has uses. You can make stew, mushroom stew specifically, and put it in the bowl. Or if you find a mushroom, you can just use a bowl on the mushroom and you can get mushroom stew that way. The only downside of mushroom stew is that it doesn't stack, so 1 space for 1 bit of food. It can make using it a little bit cumbersome. The bowls do stack though, so once you've eaten the mushroom stew, you can put the bowls in 1 slot and that's a lot more efficient. There's another fish. Not really surprised. But after all the adventure that we had in the Nether, it's nice to relax and consider the future. We are going to have to go back there at some point. There is a tripwire hook. We need to get some nether wart and some soul sand. Well, more soul sand. We could always do with more soul sand. It is pretty good for defense, especially against enemies like creepers. You can place it down and they can be slowed for just that little bit so that you can take a few shots at them. I say shots because if you're attacking them, if you're attacking them in melee, they're going to explode because you can't get away fast enough. There's a fine art to getting away from creepers before they explode, and I dare say I'm not the best at it. At all. Cows are still growing up. We've got some more of the sugarcane to harvest. A little bit more wheat. No rain. Ooh, enchanted book. Sharpness 3, Curse of Vanishing. Ah, well, the Sharpness 3 part's good. The Curse of Vanishing part is not so good. I definitely don't want a weapon to disappear when I die. Not that, as I said before, it would really matter most of the time, but there are situations where death is not forever. And in those situations, I don't want that curse to trigger. Not that I know if the curse will actually trigger in those situations, but I don't want to take the chance. But finding an enchanted book is good. That means we managed to actually roll on that table. We have a lily pad. We could place that down. I don't feel like doing so. And I also didn't make that barrel, did I? I should do that. I should make that barrel. And I believe for a barrel, you need wooden planks. Went the wrong way. Signs are not always helpful. Well, they are helpful. I just don't tend to read them all the time. And we need some slabs. We'll make the slabs here, and then we will make a barrel. Marvellous. We will then put this wood back. We will get all of this here. And we're going to put... where's miscellaneous stuff? There we go. We shall put all of the fish and fishing-related loot in this barrel. And the barrel will go right here. Now, I could make a fishing pier, but this water is a little too shallow. I'd want to make a fishing pier a little further out. Also, how is the red sheep doing wool-wise? It's ready to be sheared again. Good. We'll just grab that. Aha! This time we got 2. We're halfway there to getting a banner. And then, once we have the banner, we'll start adding some designs to it. There's one thing in particular I want to make. And that was a design that somebody else made for me. They came up with the closest approximation to what I wanted. It looks pretty good, and it will serve us well here. I'll put it on the tower, I'll probably put it in the avatar's bedroom, and I can also put it on this shield. And that is, I do believe, a fish. Yes, it is another fish. Again, not really surprising considering what we're doing. Just relaxing and fishing. And this is when it takes absolutely forever to get a saddle. I may be tempted just to go out and explore without the horse, but I have the horse here. I might as well use it. Another fish. Another thing that's not a surprise. Do definitely want to harvest all of this stuff around me before we go sleep. It's a good thing the game doesn't track the days. Actually, the game might track the days. I don't remember if the books do that when you write in them. There'll be a lot of days in my survivor world, and there'll probably be a lot of days here as well. More than you'd think. Ooh, leather. That is, I do believe, a junk thing to fish up, but that's actually really useful for us, because that means we have enough leather for 2 bookshelves, and I think I'll actually make those bookshelves in a moment. The sun is setting. And with that, I think it's time to get all of this. There really is a lot of it. There we go. And that too. You're not going to be left out. Did any fall into the water? Yes, 2 did fall into the water. And now you're in my inventory, and you regrew immediately, which is very handy. You know what else is handy? Having all this food. It just keeps growing, and I'm not going to say no to having loads of food. I'm not going to say no to many things in this game. I will say no to exploding, but then again, many people would say no to exploding. There we go. Grab that. Put these here. Make sure we don't miss that one. Put all of these in here. And only just not get another, bit of bone meal. We have some more wool to get. That's another 2. We're very close now. And we're not going to be getting any more leather. But, oh, we have 5. I thought we had a little more than that. Either way, we can take this, we can pop back inside, and we can make some bookshelves. We can always double check in here. We don't have any there, we don't have any there. We can make 1 bookshelf. That's still progress, and I'm not going to be able to make that bookshelf without having the wood. Silly me. Also, we can make some bread while we're here, because food is good. Now, we want to be very careful. First, where is the bread? We'll make the bread. Then, we'll make the books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab all of these. And then, we should have as an option... Where is the bookshelf? I don't know. There should be a bookshelf here. Ah, we have to go out of there to get the new recipes. That's what we have to do. Because there's our bookshelf. We're going to put that downstairs. Right here. 1 bookshelf down. 14 to go before the enchanting table is at full power. But we're patient. In time, we will get what we need. And speaking of what we need, it's time to make something for the future. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going out and adventuring pretty soon. So let's make a compass. And then an empty map. Which will use the compass on the bar rather than the compass in our inventory. And then we'll make the map a little bit bigger. Ah, we actually can't do that until we have used the map. And you know what? Let's use it. Right-click in our hand. And there is our map. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? We're not done, though. This map needs to be a little bit bigger. Like so. Now, it is a slightly bigger map. And it needs to be bigger still. We're going to be doing a lot of exploring. Now it is a much bigger map. That will do for the moment, but we are going to keep 9 paper on hand. Just so that we can make it even bigger when we need to. And so, folks, when we come back, morning will return, and we have more fishing to do, if we are to get that saddle. We could be very lucky and go out exploring and find a saddle in a treasure chest, or a stronghold, or a village, but I'd rather go out and, oh, hello there. How are you two? Please don't come too close to me. You're probably going to come too close to me, aren't you? Yes, you probably are. But I'd rather have the saddle first before I go and explore. It just makes exploring that much quicker. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.